Whoa! the Phillies. The Phillies. They find the way. They find the way to come back and beat the Mets in the 8th inning. Coming back down from 4-0. They win 5-4. We all thought it was dead. It was dead in Citizens Bank Park for basically 3/4 of this game. 3/4. Ranger Suarez struggled. Alec Boehm, just a disaster in the infield. Bats going quiet again. Nick Nelson saved the bullpen. Nick Nelson, kudos to Nick Nelson. He was great. Great out of the bullpen. Fantastic. And then you get into that 8th inning. The bullpen entirely, besides Nick Nelson too, was fantastic. Dominguez, Brad handing the knife, shutting it down. 8th inning, no. So clutch. So clutch. Alec Boehm gets on base once again. Alec Boehm has reached base safely, so it's a weird situation right now with Alec Boehm. Disaster in the infield, but he looks great at the plate. Another double and another couple of walks in this game for Boehm. He gets on base. Camargo gets a single. Schwarber gets a force out, which hustles to avoid a double play, which also scores Boehm. Then you get the JT bomb, and then you get everything else. Rhys Hoskins, Didi Gregorius, Nick Castellanos hustling around the bases. Man, what a fantastic win. What a fantastic win by this team when everything was dead. And this is something that's going to be different with the Phillies this year. I know everyone during this entire game was just like, typical Phillies. They're going to go quiet. It's, same old Phillies, same season, same Phillies, different season, all that crap. But, hey, the Mets are going to Met. The Mets are going to Met. Exactly, channel name. The Mets are going to Met. And that's exactly what happened in this game. But still, with this lineup, with how deep it is, there's a threat throughout each part of the lineup. They're going to wake up eventually. And they woke up eventually in the 8th inning, thanks to, the bottom of the order guys getting on base. Then, the top of the order guys doing their thing. Bryce Harper, yes, still struggling. Had a little bit of an injury scare, too. Hopefully everything is okay with his elbow. He stayed in the game, but hopefully everything is okay. But still, what a fantastic win by this team to start this series against the Mets, and that just brings so much momentum going into the rest of the series. Zach Wheeler on the bump tomorrow, then you got Nola versus Scherzer on Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be a fun series. It's still going to be a fun series against this Mets team, and I can't wait for every single series against the Mets. I despise the Mets. Mets fans despise us. But it's still great when both teams are good. I'm not going to lie about that. When both teams are good, it's very fun when you watch those two teams play, just the rivalry sense in general. So, yeah, that was a very fun game. And before we get into all of that, everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to TTP Sports. If you are new to the channel, I definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button and also dropping a like on that like button as well. If you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, this is the place to be at, depending on the outcome. Great or miserable, depending on the outcome. Also, if you're a current sub of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So go get yourself some tickets to the rest of this Phillies and Mets series and just Phillies home games in general. Get yourself some Sixers playoff tickets. Can't pass up this deal. $20 in your pocket. Use that for parking. Use that for concessions. Anything. At the stadium, at the arena. Can't pass the deal up. Use the code TTP Sports for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So, getting into the beginning of this game, first inning, top of the first inning specifically, very, 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 very ugly by Ranger Suarez and also Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm at third base is just a disaster, just a pure disaster at third base. So, going through this top of the first inning, Brandon Nimmo gets a single. Starling Marte gets an infield single thanks to a horrible throwing error by Alec Boehm. I have no idea what he's trying to do on this play. It's a chopper up the line. It goes off of Ranger Suarez's glove. So he probably should have made the play to get the double play in general, but it bounces off of Suarez's glove. And then Alec Boehm tries to barehand it, leaning all the way down and trying, do something like Nolan Arenado would do. It completely overthrows and completely wide of Rhys Hoskins and allows Nimmo to go to third, and Marte goes to second base. Lindor then gets a ground out. That scores a run, makes it 1-0 Mets. And then Pete Alonso gets another ground out. So basically this entire inning, it was just, balls grounded to Alec Boehm. a lot. This entire game, actually, in the early stages, a lot of balls were grounded to Alec Bohm. Alonso brings home a run, makes it 1-0 Mets. Escobar then singles, scores Marte, makes it a 2-0 lead, and then Davis walks, and then Canada gets a bloop single to right field, making it 3-0 Mets. He eventually gets out of the inning, but still a very ugly start for Ranger Suarez and a very ugly start for Alec Bohm. Offense for the Phillies, really quiet early on. A lot of throwing errors by Alec Bohm, especially in the second inning as well. Same thing for a play by Jared McCann. Alec Bohm overthrows Rhys Hoskins. Bad throw entirely. And then another thing that happened, the same thing for a Pete Alonso at bat. Overthrew Alec Bohm, overthrew Rhys Hoskins, threw him off the bag, and he tried to tag Pete Alonso, and, he couldn't do it because the tag just missed. So Alec Bohm in this game, he didn't really showcase in the first game. He played third base on Saturday against Oakland. But this game, the Mets literally just did everything to Bohm. And yeah, he made some plays, some of the simpler plays, but a lot of them were ugly. Very, very ugly. Those throws to first base were just unacceptable, embarrassing, so disastrous. Alec Bohm in the field is such a disaster. Such a disaster. But the thing that's so confusing is you see it in everything that was going on during this game as well, especially in the first inning. There was a clip that was posted onto Twitter where everyone thought Alec Bohm was wording or, reading his lips saying, "I hate this fucking place," where he clearly was not saying that. He was probably saying, let's fucking end this, please. I think that's what everything looked like. That's what it looked like his mouth said. Let's end this inning, please. I don't think, why would he word to his teammates on the field, "I fucking hate this place"? Why is he going to do that? He knows he's fucking up. He knows he's making mistakes. People are just, trying to overanalyze literally everything and try to run a guy out of town. He didn't say, "I fucking hate this place." He said, "Let's end this inning, please." That's what he said. But seriously, it's so weird. It is. It's so weird with Alec Bohm right now. Because at the plate, he looks fine. He looks completely fine at the plate. Another hard hit for a double midway through this game. He works 2 walks as well. So at the plate, he looks confident right now. It's the field that's so disastrous, and that's why it's so confusing right now with Alec Bohm. And the fact that you also don't, see Bryce in the lineup, I would assume he's going to be in the lineup tomorrow. But, that's going to be one of these things early on in the season. It's just, how is this going to work throughout the entire 162? Are we just going to constantly platoon Bohm and Stott at third and maybe Camargo at some points? I don't think it's a recipe for success just because of how, problematic he is at third base. I'm high on Bohm offensively. I think he has a bat that's made for Major League Baseball. I think it's eventually going to grow into something good. But his fielding, it's not going to get good. It's not going to get any better. It's disastrous. And maybe that's one of the downsides of having so many DHs throughout the lineup, that maybe he doesn't get as many reps there. But still, it's a weird way. It's a weird situation that Joe Girardi is in right now with Alec Bohm. It's a weird situation entirely. So Ranger Suarez comes out of this ball game. And then Nick Nelson comes in relief during that third inning, actually. And he was excellent. He went 4 innings in this game, allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. He only threw 45 pitches in those 4 innings. I think getting into that 4th inning that he was pitching, that was the 7th or something like that. He was only around the 30-something or around that point. He was dealing out there, and he was getting Mets out quickly. They weren't able to hit them. They were not able to hit him whatsoever. So Nick Nelson, he basically saved the entire bullpen this game. He saved the entire bullpen for the rest of the series, because the Phillies do not have an off day until next Thursday after their series in Colorado. So yeah, that's a lot of days without an off day. And Nick Nelson saved the bullpen. You only use 2 more pitchers after this, and Sir Anthony Dominguez and Brad Hand, who also, both of those guys looked very good out there today as well. Sir Anthony goes an inning and a third, allows 1 hit, 1 walk, strikes out 1 as well. Brad Hand comes into the 9th, goes the full inning. He strikes out 2. Brilliant. Throwing some dots out there. Man, it was so fun out there to watch, definitely, for sure. And one of those dots was the Dominic Smith. And every time I'm watching Dominic Smith up the plate, he's such a hate to face. He's literally complaining about everything in the strike zone right there. Literally perfect dots by Brad Hand, and he's just like, Like, dude, stop being a crybaby. Dominic Smith is such a hate to face for me, in my honest opinion. Definitely is. But let's go to this 8th inning. Let's go to this bottom of the 8th inning for the Phillies because that's where it all started for this team. So it starts off, Alec Bohm works a walk. Camargo comes in to pinch hit for Veerling, who Veerling still hasn't gotten a hit yet. So right now, he's a little bit, even though he's having a lot of good hits out there with some exit velocity, not getting any lucky, but still hasn't been able to record a hit yet. So good on Joe Girardi pinch hitting Camargo in this situation because Camargo gets a bloop single. So now you got 2 guys on for Kyle Schwarber. Grounds into a force out, avoids the double play by hustling, brings in Bohm. JT Realmuto comes up, works the count, gets it to a full count, working it, finds his pitch right down the middle and crushes it out of the ballpark, and it becomes a 4-3 Phillies lead. Well, not lead, actually. 4-3 Phillies deficit, 4-3 Mets lead. I'll get to the Phillies lead in a second because it's going to happen directly. Bryce Harper then strikes out. Bryce Harper is struggling at the plate right now, but I'm not completely worried about that. He'll eventually get hot because Bryce Harper has showcased that throughout his entire career. He gets hot eventually. He'll eventually get his due. Not worried about that whatsoever. I am worried about the elbow situation during that, situation where the Mets made it 4-0 during that single by Francisco Lindor when Bryce Harper tried to throw it all the way to home plate and he almost got Jared McCann out. But, during the replay and everything, you saw in post-game, the post-game guys, Ricky Batalico, and they were showing a little situation with Bryce Harper holding his elbow. So that's a little bit of a scary situation. He was grimacing, he was bending down, but he stayed in the ball game. So hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully it is not serious. Maybe you'll see Bryce Harper not play tomorrow, but hopefully it's just not a scary situation right there because elbow injuries in baseball, even though he's not a pitcher, elbow injuries are not something to mess with. Hopefully that's not something like he needs a Tommy John. I know I'm thinking of the worst possible case scenario, but elbow injuries are not something to mess with in baseball. After Harper strikes out, Castellanos works a walk. Rhys Hoskins doubles down the line, and then watch Castellanos fly all the way from first base, scores, ties the ball game up at 4. Didi Gregorius comes up to the plate. He doubles to the gap in right center field, brings home Hoskins. He gets to second base, makes it 5-4 Phillies. Segura strikes out the end of the inning, but just that comeback right there in the 8th inning. 5 runs, unanswered. Great inning. Great inning by the Phillies to make that comeback happen. Going to the 9th, 1-2-3 inning for Brad Hand. Dom Smith strikes out. Jarrett McCann flies out. He got the end of the bat on that, too. I thought from off the bat, I'm like, God damn it, he probably just crushed one. No, he got the end of the bat on that. And then Brandon Nimmo struck out to end the ball game. Now looking at the Phillies lineup for today, Kyle Schwarber in this ball game goes 0-4 with 3 strikeouts. He did bring home that run with the force out, but not the best at bats today from Kyle Schwarber. JT Realmuto with the huge at bat in the ball game goes 1-4 with a 2-run bomb. Bryce Harper goes 0-3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Nick Castellanos, he goes 1-3 with a run scored. Rhys Hoskins goes 1-4 with the RBI double. Didi goes 2-4 with the RBI double as well. Gene Segura continues to hit. He is 1-4 in this ball game. Alec Bohm goes 1-1 with 2 walks and a run scored and a double. So, still a good day at the plate for Alec Bohm. He's showcasing his confidence at the plate right now. Muzziotti comes in center field to replace him defensively. Veerling, he goes 0-2, and then Camargo comes in to pinch it, and he goes 1-1. Also talking about Ranger Suarez, I'm not overly concerned about Ranger. Didn't look ready for this game. It was all over the place a little bit with the location. Location wasn't the best, but that's something you're probably going to be expecting from guys that are not fully stretched out, especially for Ranger Suarez with his visa issue going into spring training. He wasn't stretched out fully enough. He started spring training later than the other guys. So he was basically expected to pitch 60 pitches around that mark. It just got worse because of that first inning, which is so atrocious, especially defensively by Bohm. And just, Suarez continued to struggle. He only went 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And yeah, just not the best day from Ranger Suarez, the debut for the season, but overall, I'm not entirely worried about Ranger Suarez. I think he'll eventually be fine when he fully gets stretched out and is able to go longer into the ball games and he gets more confident there. So yeah, great game by this Phillies team. Great, fantastic game overall. Just fantastic. And then you're going to go into tomorrow's game, and that's going to be even better because you're going to be seeing Zach Wheeler make his debut for the Phillies tomorrow. And he's going to be going up against, if I can, get the arrow over here. He's going to go up against Miguel, who made the opening day start for the Mets against the Washington Nationals. He got that win and did not allow a run. So you're going to be seeing Zach Wheeler's debut tomorrow. Bryce Harper, could he play tomorrow, depending on his elbow? What's wrong with that? Hopefully, I would expect him to play just because it's Bryce Harper, but who knows with that situation? Maybe Joe Girardi wants to play it safe. I would also expect Bryson Stott to be in the lineup tomorrow as well. Then you go into Wednesday's 1 o'clock game. You're going to have Aaron Nola going up against Max Scherzer for the 1 o'clock business person special. Definitely going to be a very fun series right there. Very, 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 very funny. Very, not funny, fun. Very fun. We got a channel name saying what's even great is if Harper struggles, now our new pickups back him up and our established eyes. Exactly. Exactamundo right there. Channel name. Vince Velasquez, let's go. Yeah, Vince Velasquez cheering for the Phillies. Bryce looks kind of injured. Yeah, I'm very concerned about Bryce Harper right now. I'm also going to check on Twitter right now just to see if Joe Girardi said anything about Bryce Harper, just to see anything on that situation. Bryce Harper, latest. See anything right here? Anything? Bryce Harper with the injury. Anything here? Joe Girardi says Bryce Harper is okay. He says he's okay. So maybe he just tweaked something. Maybe his elbow was just sore from that throw. And maybe that's also the situation from the shortened spring. So Joe Girardi says he's okay. So hopefully that's a bright spot looking forward. Bone better not have said what I think he said. He did not. I don't think he said what you said or what you thought he said. He probably said, let's end this inning, please. I think that's what he mouthed when we're looking at that. Yeah, Bryce has a backup now. Ranger didn't have the third baseman. No, yeah. Rangers, I think Suarez did struggle, but also Alec Boehm did not help his situation at all either. Channel name says he got off work at the top of the 7th inning, so I literally only saw the 8th and the 9th. So I had an awesome night, and thanks for the breakdown of the rest of the game. Yeah, no problem, man. Definitely. And same thing for everyone that joins the live feeds. We're going to be recapping most like every Phillies game, live streaming it after the game. So definitely stay tuned for that. I appreciate everyone here that does join the live feeds as well. So yeah, just a fun time here. We got 2 more Phillies games in this series against the Mets, and then you're also going to have a 4-game series with the Marlins this weekend, and the Phillies will also be on the road next week against the Rockies. So definitely be prepared for the recaps for majority of those games. I'm still not sure how I'm going to work the Rockies series just because those are later night games, but we'll get to those when we get down that road. So yeah, very fun. Very fun game, epic comeback by this Phillies squad, and I can't wait for the rest of the series against the Mets. It's going to be insanely fun, insanely epic, and yeah, insanely fun. So what are your thoughts on this game, everyone? What are your thoughts on this video? Don't forget to leave your comments and opinions down in the comment section below. I'd like to see those as always. Don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. Don't forget to check out the Panda Lounge, which I'm a part of. The links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merch website, and also Flyers, Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. Do not forget to check those out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing you can do is hit that sub button and also use the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And I will see you guys tomorrow.